Alright. I have my sound on. I think my game sound should be kind of on. Put on some music. How is everybody doing? Come on, YouTube, catch up. Yes. YouTube has caught up. Perfect. I have been working really hard all day, so I figured I should go in, I should play Final Fantasy and... Ooh. Hello, Cassidy. I know. Oh, did you see my new outfit? I got it gifted yesterday from Abe. I wanted kind of a summery outfit with shorts and stuff. So I'm wearing like cute little shorts below the like tiny short dress. So I look adorable. I need to go and do the Alexander thing. I have done everything except the last raid. I have so many quests. And I would like to get like going with some of them because... Oh wait. I should probably go in as a dancer because I don't have Abe with me today. But I want to be a very summery dancer. Oh, are we matching? That's amazing. And there we go. Summery little dancer. And I didn't get anything new, did I? Nope. Okay. It's always like getting everything up and running. So basically all the teachers returned to school today. It was fun. Got to see a lot of people I haven't seen all summer. And some of them I haven't seen even longer than that because of COVID. We had to be separated into the 2 different houses we work in. So I've gotten my new classroom. I've gotten to see the names of my students and such. And it's a big group. It's all in all, there seem to be that I'm getting 26 of them. So that's a heaping lot of kids to have. But they look like a really good bunch. And now I'm just trying to like set up my classroom and figure out how to do it with 26 children in it. Because basically I had this really good plan last spring is if I was gonna get this big of a class, I was gonna try to get the biggest like classroom in my hallway. But then part of the 2nd grade had to move up to the 2nd floor, and that classroom is basically closest to the toilets. And because they are 2nd grade and my students are 3rd grade, they take priority on closeness to the bathroom apparently. So I'm in smaller classroom than I wanted, but still in a I'm one classroom over. I'm still in a really good classroom. And obviously I probably could have said something if I really was against not getting it, but it's not that big of a deal. Behind his impassive mask you see that Bacchus is eyeing you and your comrades with no small amount of suspicion. Oh? Bacchus is certain that Uplander left for the Metal Giant only moments before returning. He watches Uplander disappear over horizon with own 2 eyes. But it's impossible to return so soon if Uplander's tale is true. Why Trashy Hunter also makes his claim. Bacchus does not know. Go Uplander, trade tongue flaps with Meaty and go and together think of explanation. So he doesn't believe we went? Have you been able to make any sense of Bacchus' account? According to his version of event, we would scarcely have time to reach the core, much less shut it down. But we were all there. Oh, wait. Oh, I have the thing on because I was getting footage from editing. Are you sure he's not confused? Maybe he got lost in all the data of his and forgot the time? I'm afraid not. That is, unless the goblin standing watch near Alexander was also confused. His report cooperate Backrix's. No, something else is going on here. I'm certain of it. The question is what? If we assume for a moment that the goblin account is true, then hardly any time has passed since we entered the barrier around Alexander. So is in sort of a time bubble? Time stopped. Impossible. Impossible? You mean like things predicting exactly what was going to happen in the courtroom? I hate to say it, but maybe he wasn't talking out of his arse. If time doesn't work the same in there, maybe he saw the future. There may be another explanation for that. There is a device deep within Alexander capable of performing a complex mathematical calculation. It is not outside the realm of possibility that it could be used to predict the outcome of simple events. Using mathematics to predict the future? Now even I could believe that. It wouldn't explain this business with Backrix. Bix is right. Perhaps the presence of the primal somehow disrupted the flow of time within the barrier. It's only a theory, of course, and a far-fetched one at that, but it might go some way towards explaining recent events. To be clear, you're implying that the Illuminati are aware of this temporal disruption and have been using it somehow gaze into the future. Very well, if you're willing to accept it, why not go further? Might it not be the case that they have found a way to bend time to their will? By moving back and forth in time, the Illuminati could effectively manipulate the present however they saw fit. They would even remain one step ahead of us, our every effort doomed to fail from the first. Now, that's a sobering theory, but it's still only a theory, right? There's no point panicking just yet. Veg, give the chief a call on your link pearl, why don't you? If anyone knows how to untangle this knot, it's him. Yeah, I think we should get Sid in on this. Chief, it's me. It's about Alexander. We've noticed something strange about the time inside the primal. What? No, not our time inside the primal. The time I mean time itself. Chief, I might be best if you just came here. Aye. We'll await your arrival. Perfect. So maybe we can explain to Sid that we went in, time seemed to pass for us, but not outside. Or well, it just moved very different. Is that a heated debate I hear? Boys, you started without me. Now what was that you were saying over the link pearl? Something about running out of time? Sid insisted that I accompany him, though I would have come even had he not. Might have taken a turn for the worse, I gather. Oh, shit be shaking. That's not good. You can say that again. Is it gonna move again? Because by that point, like, is there gonna be any ether left in this area? It seems to eat. Like, my understanding was that it eats up a lot when it moves even like a tiny bit. The etheric fluctuation are akin to those I observed shortly before the primal awakening. In the absence of the functioning core, its form is dissipating, albeit slowly. Yestola, would you mind lending me your goggles for a moment? I can't hurt to have a second opinion. Yeah, it's kind of cool that now, because of how her eyes are, she doesn't need to use the goggles anymore. This is just how she sees. Oh my god, this is how she sees? Wait. What in the seven hells? The ether putting from the primal is flowing backwards, as if time were passing in reverse. That cannot be. Such a phenomenon is wholly without precedent. Knowing so little of this primal capabilities, however, it would be remiss to discount the possibility outright. If it is as we fear, then at this very moment, Alexander could be undoing our effort to shut down his core. All of our labor will have been for naught. Ah, the treasure hunter of whom we have heard so much. You seem you seem unbothered by outlandish speculation. Was this perhaps the subject of Veggie's communication? Gods help us. If there is any truth to this, it won't matter how many cores we disable. The Illuminati will simply undo any damage we cause. Then what do we do, Chief? How do we even begin to fight something like that? That's gonna be complicated. When did the goblin show up? To erase the past, to return to a clean slate. Could Diane have known? Or is this gonna make me sad? Oh no! Oh. Yeah, that thing is not put together yet. Preparation for restoration of Enigma Codex are complete. Calculations show margin of error of future reading is 0.03%. I'm curious about this cat. She keeps on talking about this like boyfriend of hers. Could he be in the cat or something like that? I don't know, I just feel like the cat is significant because it keeps on showing up. And that's the only connection I can think of. Is like, dude got stuck in cat. Foolish Gubby, when future is decided, there is no error. There is no failure. Okay? Listen well, chosen of Illuminati. At last all pieces are in place. No longer must wise suffer foolishness of unwise. No, all the pieces are not in place. There is a heaping lot missing. That thing was smooth when I saw it last. Time has come to backstrike. Inferiors will make way to perfect world or die. Now restore Enigma Codex. Like, there are so many parts missing. Many parts much bigger than this thing. Or not, okay. Oh. Now is Alexander Illuminati to control. Soon will core disabled by Upland be disabled no longer. Reverse time. Oh shit. It's good music. One power flows to third core. Alexander will be fully operational, and with third core will his true potential awaken. Wings of time will unfurl and all of history will be a mercy of Illuminati. Choose one will amend mistake of past and reshape world into perfection. At last, prophecies of Enigma Codex will be fulfilled. And Quickthink Althos will rule as king of the world, of correct world. Chosen one, menders of history, be proud to serve as builders of this paradise. Goblin's gone absolutely batshit crazy. Ystola and the chief have returned to Matoya's cave. Don't worry, between them they're sure to find the answer to our problems. If it isn't waiting on shelf in the Charlayan annals, it'll be some forgotten corner of the chief's brain. You mark my word. And the next time we meet, quick things will be ready for him. That's good. Adventurer, there is something I would like to discuss with you. But mayhap it would be best to wait until we are safely back at Sjorstad. I would see you there. Alright. We can talk on the other side of the wall if you like. I suppose I should start by apologizing for everything. Were it not for me, the Illuminati would never have summoned that infernal machine, or gained the means to control it. And now Quickthings possesses the power to manipulate time, to foresee the future and erase the past. I dare not think how he will use it. Returning the course to their former state was but a foretaste. When all three are active, and Alexander can traverse both time and space, nothing will stand between the Illuminati and the twisted utopia. We cannot let it come to that, Malicity. Somehow we must find a way to stop them. But first, we must rescue Randrox. Of all the innocent victims of this sorry tale, her plight pains me the most. The Sjorstad just isn't the same without her. I hope someone will keep her treasure safe until she returns. We'll get her. I'm not gonna let her stay in that weird, like, brains power-sucking machine. Ah, adventurer, you come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was pacing about thinking about Roundrocks when something in the shadows drew my eye. I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to the Quickthing's constant companion. Shanoa, was it? If the Curl's here, then there's a good chance her Illuminati keeper are close by. We best track her down and quickly. Follow me. We are gonna go hunt a kitty. What are they up to though? Hey, look at how crazy this thing looks. It's so big. Now, cat. Have you found the cat? Yes, you have. Just as I thought, it is Shanoa. Or is it? One coral kitten looks much the same as another, and she doesn't seem to have brought any of her friends. Over there. Uplanders, what are all the snap crashing and... An Illuminati spy sent by Quickthings to observe our movements. Like as not, given the sizable disadvantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to relieve him of his duty. He spent his final moments babbling about all of the Illuminati deranged scheme, claimed that once the final core was activated and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. He seemed quite convinced that Quick Things was a prophet of sort, a traveller from the future come to presence to return history to its proper state. Aye, and that's not half of it. According to him, the battle of history has already been won, and not by us, for the future is written in the Enigma Codex, and we but play out our roles in it. Quick Things, a traveller from the future. That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move. But could it be that he's already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Bah, tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make brain case hurt. Backricks would speak of different subject. What bring Uplander back to your stop? Having settled upon a plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparation with Master Matoya, when this kitten scampered into mewing as if to beckon us. We duly followed her, and she led us here, much to the dismay of to the fellow at our feet. I'm not one to look a gift Curiel in the mouth, but something about all of this doesn't sit right with me. She has been at Quick Things' side, make that on his bloody head every step of the way, and now she decides to betray her keeper. If the cat could speak out our tongue, I would have a question or two. Mayhap even 3. Oh, I can't believe I'm even considering this, but then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard today. You there, cat. You, Shanoa. Quick Things' little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yay, 1 for nay. Mew mew. Oh no, are we really doing this? Did she truly? Do you want to go home? Meow. 7 hells, I think the bloody furble might actually understand us. But that doesn't mean we can trust her. For all we know, she could be here to do her master's dirty work. A moment, Uplander. Tongue flaps of Roundrox come to Backric's brain case. 3 years ago, when Roundrox found Codex Splinterstone, Roundrox say Black Curl-Child is there, onlooking. Baccric think nothing of it then, but now... You mean to imply that Shanoa here was present when we attempted the summoning? I would much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she would be a fully grown Curiel by now. Unless, that is, she took a shortcut through time. An implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot well dismiss in the light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility that Roundrock's discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by the Quick Things to further his own ends. That sounds bad. Oh, this just gets better and better. Look, whatever is going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into the fortress. No, let's keep on asking the cat some yes or no questions. They seem to be really working. And as luck would have it, Vetch claims his latest invention will allow us to do just that. I've sent Tim and Biggs on ahead to the Maker's Quarter to perform their final test. Meet them there when you're ready. I'll join you as soon as my own preparation are complete. Sure. That's one weird cat, but okay. To travel back in time and set past wrongs right. Who could resist such a temptation? And how grievous the consequences of surrendering to it. For in allowing the past to consume us, and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, we do not cease to live in the present and in turn lose sight of the future. It's a path not to redemption, but to madness. I used to think about this a lot when I was younger. That I wanted to be able to go back in time, start over, do things correctly. And the more I thought about it, I realized it's not what I wanted, because for that, like, if that would happen, I would lose so many things I enjoy today. Like, the likeliness of me actually ending up with my husband would be, well, it was just pure chance that we met. And there are still, like, there are things I wish I could go back and try to change. But that it would change who I am today. Ah, Majesty, all fired up and ready to go, are we? Then I best hurry up and... Oof. I have plates drying on a rack in the kitchen, and one of them moved a little bit. I overstuffed the rack a bit. Then I best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal on 2 fronts. As we speak, Yustola is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Randrox. Without her to view the Enigma Codex for them, the Illuminati won't be able to turn back time anymore, giving us a fighting chance of beating the bastard. The chief reckons that the shortest path is through the giant's great fat noggin, the only problem being that it's inside the barrier. Not to worry though, Vet's latest wonder will take care of that. He dubbed it the BBG2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Be Gone. Of course, the barrier doesn't just serve to keep folk out, it also keeps the Primal in. That being why Might and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So the moment it goes down, there'll be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant, if it has a mind to. Which means we're going to need to move fast. The chiefs take the Excelsior in as close as he can to Alexander's head, where he'll jump off and secure us away inside. Wasting no time, you'll then climb back aboard and Vetch will re-engage the barrier, all before our metal friend even knows what happened. Got it? Good, cause we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going. If, like, any part of this plan fails, we're screwed. This is a plan that, like, there is not gonna be any plan B in this. Well, let's go join the eyes of the creator. I'm going in as a DPS now, so I might have to wait a little bit longer. This means I have just a perfect time to continue with the main story. Just wait, it's gonna, like, pop while I'm flying over there. I like this tower. It's very pretty. So many pretty things in this game. What was it? This outfit is so good. Abe really did a wonder, like helping me get this. Basically, by this point, I do buy some of the clothes for my characters, but other people also seem to furnish me with outfits quite a bit. Oh, polar bear. Oh, this person sits nicely on the polar bear. Lalafell don't sit nicely on the polar bear. See? It's like, this is kinda okay, but as soon as it starts moving, I feel like I'm just sitting kinda oddly. I don't know. I don't quite like it. Anyway, let's go talk to Yustola and Alpha now. So basically they are waiting here to meet somebody. Let's say hi to them. Wait, back in Isgard, what was he trying to tell me? I don't know. It would seem we are early. Shall we wait? Yeah, let's wait. So basically there is some scholar who is coming to help us. But we and Alfie have kind of been running all over the place, so it got a bit confused. Oh my gosh, look at that outfit!
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
And voice acting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss.
Oh,
And who is that I spy but young Alphano Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
So he does know her.
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryle.
Please. Come on.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
Poor kid.
Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
I think that's a good plan. Oh, poor Alfie. It's so nice to see him actually behave like a proper teenager for once. He always has like the end of the world on his like shoulders. So it's nice to see him just have to deal with humiliating stories from his childhood instead. I wanna know what he said. He must have said something absolutely amazing. Probably walked in there all high and mighty. We are missing a healer and a tank. So, semi-soon should we get some progress. Everybody's running around on polar bears. I do like the festival. It was quite pleasant. Like the quest was quite fun. Sadly, there wasn't really anything I wanted to like work on. I did get the like food items for like homes, but otherwise. Alright. She was less than flattering about my technique when we last met, but this time I have come prepared. Let her belittle my obsidian carbuncle if she dare. Do not tell her I said that. The crystal eye is one of Master Matoya's most cherished relic. I doubt very much that she will grant us leave to lay hands upon it unless we can convince her that it is vital to our cause. Worth a shot. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? Not quite. What the hell? Oh! It's the frog. I've heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, other less so. Rest assured they're all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Oh, Matoya, she's okay. Look at that, like, huge ass bow on this bird. And tiny little tappy? Oh. Come on. 1 DPS who haven't accepted. Accept. Damn you. Thank you. It's always a DPS. Well, not really, but I think it's because it's 40 DPS, so it's more chance is one of them. They're also the ones who have to wait the longest on the queue. So they're the most likely to have gone anywhere. Alright, time to deactivate the barrier. Oh, that thing just woke up immediately. The smoke is too thick. Can't see a damn thing. You'll have to press on alone. Okay, sure. We're not quite where we were supposed to be, but alright. Dance partner, I'm gonna take the Dragoon. This raid has some good music. Oh, jumpy things! I swear these are so stupidly fun. Well, we made it up to the face. Back up a bit. Oh, did I damage it? Oh, well, oops. I didn't mean to, but we'll just work with it. looks kinda... Yeah, that doesn't look okay at all. Look at that. That is disgusting. And there's like sewage or something coming down here, so... Going for it? Alright, let's stuff up. I think he's gonna bring those back to life. Oh, what do I do? I don't know what to do with those. I'll just DPS and hope somebody else knows what to do. And if you wipe, I will just ask. Time to go. There we go. Just gonna stick with group. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stay behind this thing. You don't get a lot of time to get behind one of these things after they show up. You better be paying attention to who's getting... I don't know how to see which one is gonna do that on. Oh, this is probably the symbol, okay? No, I don't want to stand on anything that's doing this motion. That feels like it might mean something bad. Oh. What do I think? That's not good. because the off-tank has to put them on the right platform. Good work. And down the hole. Perhaps it'll be. I am like really tired, but I have to stay awake for a while longer, which is why I'm streaming. Can't go to sleep if I'm streaming. So you're all helping me fix my terrible sleep schedule by keeping me up until a reasonable hour to go to sleep. This person here is probably Icelandic. And probably also female. Because Eirsdóttir means the daughter of, or Eir. And of the Nordic nations, I think we are the only ones who actually still use that form of family naming. I guess somebody could be like Dóttir, even if they're not Icelandic, but then it would be more like a family name. But in Icelandic, if you're like Martha's Dóttir, it just means you're the daughter of somebody. Like I am Snorradóttir, which means daughter of Snorri. Because my dad's name is Snorri, so that's just when you're basically born. That's kind of the default they go with. I used to think it was super lame when I was younger. I wanted to get like a family name, like in America. Most of our TV is from the US, so like I was so keen on getting like a proper family name. And then as I grew up, I realized how actually rare our naming system is, and now I quite cherish it. Also, when I was younger, like I used to think about changing basically have my name changed to have some sort of a family name. Like basically dig up, we do have a family name in my family. Basically in Iceland, if you don't have a family name already, like there are certain rules you have to like navigate. So you have to fulfill some requirements, and then you can use an old family name from your lineage. For example, my sister decided to do that eventually, and is now actually has the family name Pedersen. When I was younger, like I wanted to do that because I thought it would be really cool. I also wanted to be named like Alexandra, so I could be like my nickname could be Alex, because I wanted basically a gender neutral like nickname. But I never could get myself to actually make the change because my first name is the first name of both my grandmothers, so that's I cherish that quite a bit. And even though me and my dad aren't really the closest people ever, I still I couldn't hurt his feelings like that of like not keeping his name, because you do have the option of going named basically as the daughter of your mother. For example, Loki in Norse mythology is Laufeyjason. He's the son of Laufey, and Laufey is his mother, because Laufey is a female name. No matter what Marvel Comics tells you, they are wrong. I thought about it, but I never could get myself to do it. Because I knew it would really hurt him. Ah, Fauci is not allowed to touch the lava. Okay. So yeah, anyway, naming systems are unnecessarily complicated here. But I do kind of cherish it. So basically we do have body of the government who basically handles naming. So there are specific names that are permitted and like it's based on some system about like it has to work in our grammatical system. Though like the rules are constantly being loosened. But I do quite like, as I've grown older, I actually do quite like the old Icelandic names. They can be quite pretty. They can also be quite silly, which is good. But you also, with names like this, because I'm just on this tangent. Let's just talk about names, Icelandic names showing up in media. A lot of games and media that use Norse mythology take old Nordic words and use them as names, or old Nordic names, and then try to use them, but they don't pay attention to which gender was supposed to have that name. So, there was somebody in Skyrim, I don't remember what their name was, that basically had like a name for the wrong gender. Obviously, Marvel really bothers me with changing Laufey to a male frost giant, because Laufey is actually a Vanir and she's female. But I think my all-time favorite, like, coming across a really silly like name, and I hope it's actually for some purpose. It's basically, if you play Skyrim, when you go to Whiterun, I think that's the name of the first major town. I've played Skyrim enough that I actually know it, but yeah, Winterhold is the snow city. So Whiterun. So you go to Whiterun, and as you go up near the companion guild, you will see this sort of a preacher guy named Heimskur just yelling out about Talos. And if you haven't played the game, basically Talos is a god they're not allowed to worship in Skyrim. So he's there screaming about a god that is forbidden to worship. So like, that's kind of stupid. And the most beautiful thing about it is his name is Heimskur, which in Icelandic means stupid. If somebody is Heimskur, they are stupid. And that just makes me really happy. Final Fantasy also had like a good moment. I don't remember which dungeon or what I was doing, but I came across a dragon in the game that like was called Einhentur, which just means like one-armed. And as I was fighting him, I was thinking like, oh, that's like silly. They named him like one-handed. And then I noticed that that dragon only had like one leg to grasp with. So it actually, he was in a way one-handed. That was a nice little like, silly detail. I often wonder if this has to happen in other languages too, with video games and such. Because there are so many mythologies and lore and such in the world, like old folklore and stories, that it just has to be that from time to time from time to time, like they are used in video games or other form of media and used in like silly or funny ways. So if you're watching this like sometimes in the future, from when I was doing this, please like write down in the comments. Tell me about if there's something silly you know from your heritage or language or something that is used in either like a surprisingly neat way or just absolutely ridiculous way in media. Right, let's boost up. I am being so bad in this fight. I am so tired. Like, my brain is not functioning anymore. I'm just pressing buttons going like, yeah. I'm probably doing something. I'm gonna have to go. We have a meeting at work at 9 AM tomorrow. I want to be there, like I want to show up at work. So, shortly before 8. Because I want to start setting up my classroom. So usually as a teacher you show up shortly before 8 because you start teaching at 8:30. But during days like this, it's like nobody's gonna be really bothered if you show up a little bit later, as long as you show up to your meeting. And because a lot of our meetings currently are through like Google Meets and such, we basically we don't have to show up to the school until after the meetings if you want. But I want to use the meeting time to actually like tidy up my classroom and try to get it nice. Yay, new class job. So I want to make my classroom all nice. Because I have limited time to do that. On Monday I have to like greet the children because that's gonna be the day where we set the school. And then on Tuesday next week I am teaching. And I can tell you there is if I'm not there, it's just gonna be fucked. It's gonna be bad. You can't expect children in the 3rd grade to take care of themselves like that. What? Ugh. Oh, let's stop this. Fine work, old friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are. We're coming. But first, now that you're clear, we had best get the barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Let's ready the BBG to and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark! Nice. Hey, it's the kitty. Excellent timing, Yistola. Melicity has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. Is there a relief to hear that at least one side of the operation proceeded according to plan? The same may not be said of the other. Our efforts to cut the primal source of ether power proved wholly ineffective. Quite why I cannot say, though I am hopeful that one among us can. What meat? On the basis that they summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you would better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from his surrounding both to sustain himself and gain strength. Master Matoy and I believe we could disturb, or at very least inhibit this process by the means of Arcanima. By creating a vast, impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks which is why the old witch had me place those infernal devices of hers in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanima are functioning precisely as intended, and yet, for a reason we have been unable to ascertain, they have had no measurable effect on the primal. Alright, out with it, bite. If there is anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We are running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything my heart wished for could be mine, if I but heeded his words. What? In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what the man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves into my very soul. Reunite the scattering shard of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river flow. Then, and only then, shall your hopes and dreams become reality. With that he handed me a relic, a horn with a tip of metal, which seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained. A gift from your friend, Travenex, and then he was gone. Travenex, I know the man. Our path crossed during my time in Limsa in the days before the calamity. I might have guessed that the Asians had a hand in this. Oh. The horn of which you speak was one rumoured to reside on the Steel Rock. It is the lost relic of the ancient, with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Science have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue, for an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. There's little wonder our plan failed. Even without moving an ilm, the primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Then our curse is clear. If the old witch's magic won't avail us, we shall just have to get inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, and yet we must be wary. We have seen the course of time reversed once before. We may well see it again. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there is naught to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the Tricken's core to its previous state. Aye, they're free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So what do we do then? We can't just give up. No, we press on, lest we forget controlling Alexander requires a codex, and the codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the Gobby girl. If we can rescue Ramdrox, quick things will have no way to flip the hourglass. The Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn, and it was through mine own negligence that Travnes acquired it. That is now endanger our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a Scion, I should do all in my power to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer is yours. Then it begins. I'll send word to our friends in Idleshire. Biggs, Wedge, ready the Excelsior, Majesty, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Rondrox commence. Cat's up there. Wait, no. Huh. I'm too tired to understand that. What I'm gonna do now is actually take a break because my brain is just has gone kaput. It's not very useful. I know it was just an hour-long stream, but I think it's as far as I can go without just falling asleep at the PC. So thank you so much for joining me as I try to stay awake a little bit longer. And I hope you have a lovely evening.